This week, we're looking at some pieces of the puzzle on why we fight for educational equity. We are also processing a new experience, a new learning community, and new materials. This reading by Kathleen Brown, Leadership for Social Justice and Equity, is helpful in allowing us to analyze the intersections we are experiencing. And it asks us, what is our role as mentors, leaders, students, future educators, and community members in social justice and equity? A central question asked in the Brown article that's at the heart of our study this term is, do schools serve to preserve the status quo? An additional question that's important for us to continue to ask is, in what ways are we also, intentionally or not, preserving the status quo? Pablo Freire, who wrote Pedagogy of the Oppressed, puts forth a theory that is pretty counter to how we think about teachers in the U.S. today. He suggested that it is the work, in fact the duty, of public education to end the oppression of these students. Brown goes on to say that it should be an expectation of critically aware education leaders to foster successful, equitable, and socially responsible learning. Now, theory is definitely important to the field, but we also need to know how to apply it. In this article, Brown talks about how to move toward transformational learning through reflective and active daily practices that change and transform bigger systems. In our class, these take place in our discussion forums where we have critical dialogue, and also in reflective forums such as the journal. Brown's theories on how and where transformation happens come down to these concrete aspects we can look for in ourselves and in our conversations. One is replacing or being able to reframe assumptions that we earlier uncritically accepted. Two is taking an alternative perspective on something that we took for granted as normal, in quotes. And three is the process by which adults come to recognize hegemonic aspects of dominant cultural values. Both in our critical dialogue and in our journals, the idea of disequilibrium may be helpful. This means to not keep it safe, to not keep it comfortable, and to find those places where you feel like you don't have all the answers. That's what we need to be sharing with each other in this course. And Brown confirms that even statistically and through the research, that's how transformation takes place. So let's go forth